Hi there, and welcome to our weekly reading. I have a friend for you. Isn't she cute? I keep her in my jar of pencils and pens. A friend gave her to me, and she just makes me smile every day. So I thought I'd introduce you. She actually doesn't have a name. Whatever should we name her? She deserves a name. Anyway, our weekly reading. As a reminder, we're looking at just two aspects. We're looking at our human selves and we're looking at our soul selves. Optimally, the two will come together. So let's find out what will be helpful for us to know this week. All right? So, we're working with a different card deck too. I felt like we needed some more fun. I felt like things were just, I don't know, for me they were starting to feel too serious, and life is serious enough without adding more layers of severity to it. So we're going to lighten things up a little bit and use a different deck. Okay, not to say the messages will be lighter, just the tone of the cards is more conducive to fun. Okay, so, and that deck is the Housewives Tarot. So our first card, case and point, is the Magician, and this is for our human selves. The Magician. So what do we need to know about the Magician for our human selves this week? And we wish for you to remember that even though it is your soul which is in connection with your intuition and all that appears magical in your life, you are a creator. The Magician is a creator. We ask for you to be in touch with your inner magician and to create what will be of benefit for you, for your circle of friends and family, and also for the greater world. And ask yourself, how may you create this wonderment with magic, with an element of expression that is delightful. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. So, yes, I just heard, what gets your creative juices flowing? What gets your creative juices flowing? So, and maybe first of all, you need to stop and think about, what is it that you create? Being a creator doesn't mean that you need to be creating art. It doesn't mean that you need to be creating the written word, as I just heard, meaning a book or whatever. A creator can be one who creates beautiful spaces, and not even professionally. I mean, going into a space and simply beautifying it so it looks attractive to you. It can be someone who enjoys cooking for themselves and other people. So don't get caught up in semantics, all right? What gets your creative juices flowing? How can you do more of that? And how can doing more of that benefit you and then ripple out to benefit others? Focus on that this week, okay? And anything else to say about that? No. So let's see what card 2 is, our soul card. And yeah, let's be curious about that. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles. Oh boy. So the Four of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are, interestingly enough, about earth energy. So those things related to abundance and yeah, any earthly matter, which is again so interesting that it's coming up as our soul card. So let's find out what the message is about that. We notice that in the way of the soul, there is this sense of having all that is necessary at all times. It already exists. It is not that it must be manufactured or manifested. It is already in place. It is already encased within you. We ask for you to consider, in this instance, how you may take all that you have, all that you are, as the soul light, and infuse it into your creativity. So, wow, okay. I just heard intermingle, and yes, I would say for sure these two cards intermingle beautifully, beautifully. And I heard just get started. You know, I will confess I'm a planner. I'm a list maker. I love to see my Google Calendar filled with all these boxes, and so I have time frames set out. I know exactly what I'm doing every single day. And yet sometimes I can get so caught up in the planning and the structure of things that what I do feels like it's very narrow in focus. It feels like I've really kind of boxed things in for myself. So just be aware of not, prevent yourself from getting caught up in that like I can. Instead, as I just heard, go with the flow. Go with the flow. And by the way, something came up this past week. The phrase that came up with me was glow with the flow. So when we go with the flow, we glow with the flow. How's that for a visual? So, wishing you a wonderful, creative, abundant, magical week. And until next time, you take really good care. Lots of love.